Okay. Hello everyone. Namaste. Hare Krishna. Welcome to our Gita study session. We are in the 12th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. In our previous sessions, we completed up to 11 chapters. Bhagavad Gita consists of 18 chapters. First 6 chapters, Krishna spoke about Karma Yoga, how to live in this world, how to work in this world, what should be our mindset while working in this world. In short, Krishna says, any activity you do like a yajna, a spiritual activity. Any action you do it as a spiritual activity, then you attain, you offer the results to me. You work for my pleasure. You work for my pleasure, offer the result to me, be neutral to success or failure. Then over the time, you develop the gnana, knowledge, and you remain detached in this world. You don't have to renounce the world, Arjuna. You can remain detached in this world, Nitya Sannyasi, and you can happily, joyfully work and you develop knowledge that you're not this body, you are the spirit soul, you're part and parcel of me, and you get the clear knowledge that your goal is to attain me. Krishna also spoke that the process to attain, it involves two-step process. One step one can take is Dhyana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, that requires intense meditation on the self or on self, which requires good control of mind and senses. That practice is impractical, it's hard for Arjuna. What to speak about normal human beings like us. So the two Arjuna, Krishna speaks Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti means love, love of Godhead. The love is an emotion. It's an emotion we all have. It's intrinsic, it's inherent in our nature. The nature of the soul is naturally loving. We love our children, we love our job, we love our friends, we love places, we love things. We have this, right? Natural uh, ability. But the same thing, the same love, when it is towards Bhagavan, Krishna, it is bhakti, and the process of loving Krishna is the bhakti yoga. So, love is not something which sprouts so easily, right? So, Krishna says, Ananya Bhakti, you uh, connect to me emotionally, you connect to me, but that is hard initially. So, for us to develop loving devotion unto Krishna, we have to know about the Krishna, who the God is, hmm, what God does for us. So, more we hear the greatness and glories of the Lord, more we develop love towards the God. So Bhakti Yoga is a path, is a means, is a vehicle one can take to attain the Supreme Lord. So whole purpose Krishna, throughout Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is driving Arjuna and all of us to break the cycle of birth and death to attain the Supreme Lord, and the path given is Bhakti Yoga. Krishna spoke many things about himself, that how he is all pervading, and everything is existing in entire cosmic existence working under his control. And he is the source of creation, source of existence. If anything is able to function, it is because of him, and many things. Arjuna want to see that Krishna shows his universal form. Krishna shows the universal form where Arjuna could see how God is all pervaded. And finally, someone is unmute here. So, and finally, towards the end of 11th chapter, Krishna says, Bhaktyastu ananya sakya ahameva vido Arjuna gnatum drishtuncha tatvena praveshtuncha parantapa. Only by ananya bhakti, unalloyed devotion unto me, you can gain knowledge about me, you can see me face to face, eye to eye, and you can attain me, my abode. Krishna says that and concludes that 11th chapter. Now in the 12th chapter it continues. Okay, when Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita, he did not say, I'm starting chapter 1, I'm starting chapter 2, I'll start chapter 3. No, Krishna says, it was a flow, it was a song. But when this was segregated in chapters, the chapters were based on the theme, the main theme. Many acharyas have also realized that the common theme in this chapter is bhakti. Krishna is speaking about bhakti and bhakti yoga, the practices involved in bhakti yoga. Okay, that's why this chapter is titled Bhakti Yoga. And the beginning of this chapter, Arjuna asks this question: Krishna, you showed me universal form as unmanifest form, the huge gigantic form. uh, this is not your personal form. You show this universal form. You also exist there, and looks like you also have a personal form. You showed 400 form to me. You also showed a 200 form to me. If I need to develop unconditional love towards you, what is the form of worship I need to take? Should I worship on the impersonal aspect of yours, or should I worship on the personal aspect of yours as Krishna? Can you tell me, Krishna? That's the question Arjuna asked. And Krishna says, so happily, so joyfully, Krishna says, me, me alone. Mayeva mano yema. Me alone. You fix your mind on me. When Krishna says me, is in the physical form speaking to Arjuna. That is a form. Krishna is saying you, you worship me, you meditate on me. Hmm? The process of meditation, if you're meditating on your own atma, which you cannot even understand what is the soul, right? So if you meditate on your own atma, that is hard. If you meditate on the impersonal aspect of the Lord, that is also a little bit hard. But if you meditate on my form, it is easy. So we'll try to analyze and see all these verses today. So Krishna is saying, establishing the fact that the meditation or the worship of the personal form of the Lord is so simple, easy, and faster way to progress in the path of Bhakti Yoga. Okay, and 8 to 12 verses, Krishna speaks about various stages of Bhakti, devotional service. So throughout Bhagavad Gita, from the chapter 2 until chapter 11, it was Krishna is going incrementally, right? Step by step, higher step, right? Now Krishna is going backwards. Krishna is giving the essence of all things he has spoken about devotional services, practice of devotional services in a nutshell. Krishna is going to condense that and give us in these 8 to 12 verses. And interestingly, Krishna goes backwards. Right? Simple example I can give. If I ask my daughter to learn Bhagavad Gita shlokas in a week, she says it is impossible for me. I cannot do that. Then I have to give other option. If you cannot do that, you at least practice reciting shlokas and learn all the 700 shlokas in 3 months. Then my daughter definitely will say that is also not possible for me. Give me more time. Then I will say at least you learn all the shlokas in 1 year. And she would say that is also not possible for me. Then I have to give some option. At least you take the book, open the book, keep the book, be with the book all the time. You'll get an interest to open the book and study Gita. Right? So these are the various options we could see. We could give. Krishna is also giving various options for all of us, considering different kinds of people, different kinds of mindset, different kinds of consciousness abilities. So Krishna is giving general practices for everybody. Any of this practice, this is not exclusive, this is all inclusive. This is we could do all of these things. We also fall into all these categories. So all are applicable for us. So the first thing Krishna says, Mayi eva manadasva mayi buddhim niveshaya. You fix your mind on me. You fix your intelligence on me. You develop unconditional love towards me. That is the first stage, Krishna is saying. Then one might say, Krishna, what is this? I have many things to do in my life. I have to go to work and to take care of my children and to take them to many, many classes. How can I think about you all the time? Give me some other option, easy option. Krishna is not saying like you renounce the world and meditate. Krishna is saying you be in the world, do all the things, and think about me and do. That's what Krishna is saying. That's how we can develop Ananya Bhakti. So Krishna is saying the first thing is unallowed devotion unto Krishna, pure devotion unto Krishna, fixing the mind and intelligence for longer times, right? If that is not possible, what is the other option? Krishna goes a little step back and Krishna says, Abhyasa Yogyana. Well, you don't have a choice, you have to practice. You practice chanting my holy names. Huh? You practice listening about me. Hmm? At least once in a hour, once in a day, like put some time for you, like 30 minutes throughout your day for your own material things. You're doing many things, but spiritual elevation, you could spend 1 hour a day and hear Krishna Kada, the glories of Krishna. The God had performed many, many pastimes. You could take one pastime of the Lord and meditate on it and glorify the Lord. This is important. The pastime of the Lord uh, doesn't have to be a story. Krishna, Krishna, when he was a baby boy, he sucked the milk of mother and he killed Putana. It's just a story, right? And if you glorify Krishna, Krishna, how merciful Krishna was towards Putana, right? So if you can practice in that mood, one develops love towards the God. It's easy, it's not hard. Krishna says, Abhyasa, you practice chanting my holy name, you practice listening to my glories, then you naturally develop love towards me. Krishna, I have a habit of hearing about myself. If someone glorifies me, I feel grateful. I can't listen to your pastime and glorify you. That's not possible. Tell me some other option. Krishna goes little bit down, little bit down. Krishna says, "Mat karma krit, mat karma paramo bhav." You do work for me. If you can't practice the main practices of bhakti yoga, like that is hearing about the Lord, chanting the holy names of the Lord. If you can't do that, you do another step. That is, you work for me. You work for my pleasure. Okay, and if you have a habit of cutting vegetables at your home, you come to temple and cut the vegetables for me, my pleasure. If you have a habit of cooking food for your own pleasure, you come to temple and cook the food and offer to me. I mean, those kind of practices you can do. Hmm? Not just for yourself, you live a life with a purpose to attain me. You work in my consciousness, Krishna consciousness, God consciousness. Hmm? If you are a IT person doing some IT activities, you could do for the pleasure of Krishna. I am doing this for the pleasure of Krishna. That's what Krishna is saying. Mat karma kat paramo bhava. You do a selfless service. Whatever you do as a selfless service for my pleasure. My pleasure. Then naturally you develop love towards me. You chant my glories. Naturally you'll be fixed in my knowledge. You'll attain me. You'll attain the stage of Ananya Bhakti. So one might say, or one would say like Krishna, that is also not possible. When I'm working, I'm only my focused. I can't focus on you. I'm so absorbed in these activities, I can't even think about you. Give me another option for me. So Krishna is like, I, this is the least possible option I can give, but still I can give other option. In the 11th verse, Krishna says, you be yourself. If you don't want to think about me, if you don't want to meditate on me, you be yourself. But work like a yogi. Krishna also puts one more thing, but be a Nishkama Karma Yoga. Practice Nishkama Karma Yoga. That is, you do your work, not for me, but you do your work for your own sake, but do not expect results. Do not hanker for appreciation. Do not hanker for uh, um, Do not hanker for glory, self glories. Don't think that everything is happening because of your own plan. Just be yourself and be detached to the results, and slowly you develop the gnana, and slowly you'll step forward. Slowly you work for my pleasure, and slowly you want to hear more about me, and slowly you develop unalloyed devotion unto me. So that is a downward to upward. We are saw upward to downwards. So what Krishna is saying is 8 to 12 beautiful shlokas. Krishna says the higher stage to lower stage for different kinds of people. We all fall into the same category, so we can, it's all are applicable for us. And Krishna goes on to say that if you can develop any of these practices, these are so grateful, so great, that it will purify you. It will purify you. You'll naturally develop good qualities. You'll naturally develop good qualities. In Srimad Bhagavatam also it is said, a person who practices bhakti, devotional services unto the Lord, they will naturally develop good qualities. We see in this world, people work towards developing good qualities like humility, non-envious, hmm, tolerant, all these good qualities people strive to develop, but it is so hard for them to develop. Maybe one day, 2 day, it won't sustain longer, right? The Krishna is saying here is the practice of bhakti yoga is so purifying that one develops good qualities, good qualities, pure qualities. So these are the qualities which are endear to Krishna. Krishna loves his person. Krishna is saying, if you can practice any of the practices I spoke here, you will naturally purify yourself, and in the pure stage, I will take you. And these are the qualities. These are the qualities I want to see you. So Krishna is saying these are the qualities that endears to Krishna. Okay, and that ends the 12th chapter. And we'll go and have a deep analysis, but after this, actually Bhagavad Gita should end here in 12th chapter. But after seeing universal form, Arjuna was listening attentively, so Krishna thought, let me repeat. Let me repeat everything. So if you have not attended any of the previous sessions, no problem. Krishna is going to repeat everything from 13 to 18. And Krishna is going to go in detail, in the knowledge about the soul, about the Prakriti, about the Supreme Lord, Ishvara, and various tattvas, and goes very detail into the subject matter. So, okay, if you have not attended previous sessions, there is a lot to learn in upcoming sessions because Krishna repeats. It's good for us. So I'll ask someone to recite this verse. This is the first verse in the 12th chapter.
Arjuna's inquiry: who's better, personalist or impersonalist? अर्जुनोवाच एवं सततयुक्ता ये भक्तास्त्वां पर्युपासते ये चापि अक्षरम् अव्यक्तं तेषां के योगवित्तमाः. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect? Those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested?
Thank you, bro. This is a great question. Arjuna asks this question, and Krishna says, wow, what a wonderful question you asked. I'll tell you. Okay, so let's analyze the question of Arjuna. Arjuna is saying, whom I need to make the object of meditation. Object of meditation. Hmm? Should I meditate? You spoke about Krishna, you spoke about Atma, soul. Should I meditate on that? Or should I meditate on the impersonal, universal form of yours, impersonal aspect of yours? Or should I meditate on you directly? Bhaktastvam pariyupasate. Should I develop another devotion to you, to your universal, to your personal form? Akshara means imperishable. Avyaktam. Avyaktam, that is unmanifest. So what are the things in this world which do not perish and which doesn't have a form? Only two things. Whatever we see in this world is gonna get annihilated, destroyed, annihilated. It's all material. But only two things that which are Aksharam Avyaktam, that is the soul Atma or the Supreme Lord Ishvara. Right? So Arjuna is asking that question, what should be my object of meditation? And not just that, Arjuna is also asking very important thing, Yoga Vittamaha. Yoga Vittamaha. Who who is best among different types of people worship or meditate on various things of the Lord, and what is the process which is simple, easy, and faster? Three things. What is the process which is simple, easy, and faster? Tell me. Right? So in this world also, we want a process which is simple, easy, faster. Right? If I need to go from St. Louis to India, St. Louis to India, I could walk and go. I could get a train and go, or I could get a flight and go. Even the flight also, there are different versions. Like I could have like 10 transits or a direct flight. Very different options, right? Which is a journey which takes me faster to my destination, right? So that is a question of Arjuna. So what is that? What is that? What is the process I can adopt to attain you in a simpler, faster, and easier way? Okay, now Krishna is going to answer. So two things are important here. One is, should I meditate on my Atma, or should I meditate on the impersonal form, or should I meditate on you? Tell me, what is the way which is simple, easier, and faster? Okay, so we'll try to analyze a little bit this shloka. So this is a thing we all have. I mean, many people have this common question that, does God exist? Does God exist? If he exists, where does he exist? Hmm? If he exists somewhere, is he form? Does he has a form, or he doesn't have a form? We'll analyze this through the lens of Bhagavad Gita. Now we are in the 12th chapter. Krishna spoke many things about himself throughout these 11 chapters, that he exists. He exists. Hmm? He is the source of everything. He's the source of entire cosmic existence. He's all pervasive. He's in everyone and everything. He's the one who is making everyone function. Hmm? If someone has a wonderful skills, abilities, it is because of Krishna. So many things Krishna spoke. So if you see through the lens of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is establishing the fact that he exists. The first question is answered. So second question, if he exists, where does he exist? Where does he exist? Krishna spoke about those aspects also, that matsthani sarva bhutani. I'm in everyone and everything. Mm. And there are, if you are in everyone and everything, you're all pervaded, what other ways you exist? We'll try to understand this. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a nice verse in the second canto, first canto, second chapter, 11th verse. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam ignanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavaniti sabhyate. The God can be perceived in three ways. That is Brahman. The second thing is Paramatma. And the third way is Bhagavan. Brahman, you can see in this picture, Brahman, Paramatma, or Bhagavan. So Brahman is a term used for, these are interchangeably used. Sometimes we say Paramatma also Brahman, sometimes Bhagavan also Brahman. Okay, it's all the same personality, different names are used. Okay, but there are simultaneously one and different. That is the thing you need to understand. Okay, so Brahman is a word technically used in the scriptures, is about the impersonal aspect of the Lord. So let me mute sound. Okay, so Brahman is a word used like impersonal aspect of the Lord. God is pervaded in everyone, everything. He exists in everyone, everything. Hmm? Right? There is a Brahman aspect of the Lord. And other aspect of the Lord is Paramatma. Paramatma. Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hrideshe Arjuna Tishtati. Krishna says, in all the living beings, I reside in the heart of every living being. I, Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hrideshe Arjuna Tishtati. I reside in the heart of every living being. Every living being. So sometimes we say to our spouses like, yeah, you are in my heart. I love you so much, and you know what? You are in my heart. Really, is that person is really in our heart? It's just a flattering way to say, but maybe that person's impressions could be in our heart, right? Mm. But the fact is, Krishna is saying he is physically present in the heart of every living being, every living being. As Paramatma, Angushta Matrina Purusha. He resides in the heart of every living being, in the size also given, in the size of the thumb. Okay? So don't say like, I can't see the Supreme Lord. Many things we cannot see in this world, but God Himself, Krishna Himself said in 18th chapter that He resides in the heart of every living being. Okay? So this is another conception of the Lord. One other way to understand the Lord, Brahman, all pervasive aspect. Second aspect is Paramatma, who resides in the heart of every living being. And the third aspect is Bhagavan, the person who has a form, like a human-like form. He resides in the spiritual world. Spiritual world. Okay. Krishna also spoke about that in many chapters, many verses. We saw that. So the way to understand is, Prabhupada gives one example, nice example. Just as like if you see a sun, the sun, right? There is a sun god, the god, sun god, and there is a sun globe. What we see through our eyes is only sun globe, round disk, right? Behind the scenes, there is sun god, right? Sun god, sun globe, and there is a sunshine, sunshine, right? When we look at it, if there is a nice weather, like after now it was snow. I mean, a couple of days back it was heavy snow. We couldn't see the sun, right? But when the sun comes, right? So what we say when we see the sunshine, we'll say sun. Sun is there. Look, oh, what a beautiful sun today. Wonderful, beautiful, beautiful. We are referring to sun only, right? Even though we see the sunshine, we are referring to sun only, right? It is the same sun. It has different way of perceiving, right? The same. It is one and a different at the same time, right? Achintya. So same thing. The God also has three aspects: Brahma, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Okay, so Arjuna is asking, so what should be my object of meditation? What is the way I can progress faster in the path of devotion? Okay, we'll see. I'll ask someone to read this.
Arjuna's inquiry, who's okay? Shri Bhagavan Vacha, Mai Aveshya Mano Ye Mam Nityayukta Upasate Shraddaya Parayopetas Te Me Yukta Tamamataha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect.
Thank you, Baba. So in the first verse, Arjuna has the question, what should be my object of meditation? I want to know that, and I want a easy way, simpler way, faster way to attain you, right? So should I meditate on my own Atma? Should I meditate on impersonal form of yours? Or should I meditate on the personal form of yours and worship you, right? So Krishna saying, Mayeva mano yemam. Me. Don't look here and there. Look at me. I'm still standing in front of you and you're asking this question. I'm saying it is so simple. Me alone. Throughout Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said, do not say I and mine, I and mine. Stay away from Ahankara, Mamakara. But in case of Bhakti Yoga chapters, Krishna is saying, I and mine. That is like, you fix your mind on me. I am the God. You fix your mind on me. That is a practice of Bhakti Yoga basically. So you see this Krishna saying this I and mine. This is repeated throughout the Bhagavad Gita. when Krishna refers to bhakti. And you fix your mind on me. That is a faster way. And Nitya Yukta Upasate, always think about me, meditate on me alone. Shraddhaya, with determination. Parayopitas, with commitment and determination. Do not go different routes. Take one route. Teme Yukta Tamo Madha. Such a person is uh, a great person. He is well established, and this process is easy, simpler, and faster. Okay, so if we Krishna speaks about this in detail now in upcoming verses, that in a nutshell, Krishna says that to meditate on your own Atma, your own soul, that we cannot even see, right? We are in this body, we cannot see our own uh, Atma, right? And that also requires good control of mind and senses, good control of mind and senses, or to meditate on the if formless aspect of the Lord, that also requires good control of mind and senses. But in case of worshipping Krishna, meditating Krishna, you don't have to control, you dovetail. You dovetail. We direct our senses towards Krishna. We direct our senses towards Krishna, right? So if we have this eyes, sense of vision, eyes with the sense of vision, we can see the things, we can gain knowledge, perceive, right? But throughout our day, are we using the senses or shutting down the senses? Throughout our day, we are using the senses. We are using the sense of eyes, sense of vision, sense of smelling, sense of hearing. Throughout the day, we are using the senses. It is hard for us to not use the senses, right? So, shutting down the senses, controlling the senses, restraining the senses, it's hard, right? So that's why Krishna is saying you don't have to do all those things. You dovetail your senses. With your sense of vision, you see my form, a deity form. Krishna, are you present? I cannot even see you. Do you have a form? In scriptures, it is said that the deity form which we see in the temple is non-different from the Supreme Lord actual form. The Lord appeared as Archa Vigraha. Archa Vigraha. When we go to the temple, if our conscience is not so pure, of course, yes, we don't see the real God, but actually the God is present there, who is looking at us, is looking at us. Okay, it is not just a piece of stone which is there. It is a real God, which resides in that. He existed. It is in his own form. He's seeing us, right? So here, with the sense of vision, we look at the beautiful form of the Lord. Right, we are not restricting the senses, we are dovetailing the senses, right? At our home also, we can have a deity of the Lord. We can uh, look at the Lord, at the beautiful form of the Lord. We have the sense of ears, which we use it to hear many things in this world, many material things in this world. We could use the sense of ears to hear, when sense of hearing to hear the glories of the Lord, the pastimes of the Lord, so pure and purifying. The holy name of the Lord is so pure. The pastimes of the Lord are so pure and purifying. Huh? That is the right way of using the sense of hearing. Right? We don't have to go away to a forest and control our senses. We dovetail our senses. Right? We'll see this as we go in upcoming verses also. So, so Krishna is giving the right technique, right? If a two kids are swimming, they are competing against each other. Two kids swimming, right? They are good at swimming. Both went to the same swimming training classes, right? They attend the classes. One person is, how do we know like who can do better, who can go faster in the swimming, who can do better, right? Is simple. The person who is applying the right skills. The kid who is applying the right skill will swim nicely, faster, without drowning, without in a seamless way, easy way, the kid can swim. So when the right techniques are applied, it is easy to progress faster. So the technique Krishna is giving is fixing the mind onto the form of the Lord, the physical form of the Lord, right? Actual form of the Lord. Okay, story time. We'll do a story. So this is a story about Shukadeva Goswami. He's not an ordinary person. Okay, he is the one who spoke Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit and many people. Okay, so in this story also we will see his object of meditation was Brahman, impersonal form of the Lord. Later it was changed to the actual form of the Lord, right? Krishna, right? So we'll see that. Shukadeva Goswami is considered a self-realized soul, Atma Rama. Atma Rama, right? Mm. He was in the womb of his mother for 16 years, 16 years, 16 years. It's not an ordinary person, okay? In this world, everybody is kicked out. After 8 months or 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, the human body has to come out, right? Otherwise, it will not be alive, right? 11 months, maybe maximum, it will be forced to come out. But it's not the case with Shukadeva Goswami. He stayed in the womb of his mother for 16 years. He's a transcendental person. So don't ask me, was his body increased? He was a huge size. How that huge size fit in the womb of a mother? That's not possible. Don't ask me that. He's a transcendental person. Yes, he's a self-realized soul. Okay. He was in the. Why he doesn't want to come out? We were forced to come out, but he was making a choice when to come out. It doesn't want to come out because it doesn't want to get his consciousness contaminated by material things. He thinks that if he come out, he'll be attached to unnecessary things in his life and get deviated from his path. That is why he doesn't want to come into this material existence. But later Krishna also goes, Vedavyasa goes, Krishna goes, and they'll say, they request, don't worry, don't worry, you come out. Then Shukadeva Goswami comes out. When he was born, he was like 16 years boy. 16 years boy. After taking birth, what kids will do? Now he's a kid, right? What kids will do? They'll cry, they need food to eat. The mother has to hold them, right? So it's not the case with Shukadeva Goswami. He was 16 years. Of course, when the baby takes birth, there is no dress, right? No kid in this world takes birth with all the dress ornaments. Only God can do. When God appeared, he appeared with all the ornaments and nice jewelry. He did not buy from anywhere; those are built in. But in case of Shukadeva Goswami, when he took birth, there was no ornaments and nothing. He had no clothes on him. He just bare body. He was walking straight into the forest, rushing into the forest. Everybody was behind him. You can see in this picture, like everybody was behind him. His father also was behind him. Putra, Putra, don't go, come back, come back. He just rushed into the forest and sat at one place, and he closed his eyes, closed his senses, pulled back his senses, and started meditating on Brahman, impersonal absolute truth. Hmm. He was in deep meditation, and within few minutes, and his father saw that he was absorbed in meditation, Vedavyasa. So Vedavyasa says, don't worry. He told his disciples, don't worry, I know how to get this person back. So Vedavyasa says, my dear disciples, you go go near to this person, go to near to Shukadeva Goswami, and recite these two verses from Bhagavatam. These two verses. The one verse is about Krishna's Lord Krishna's mercy, and second verse is about Krishna's beauty. Krishna's mercy, Krishna's beauty. When he hears that, his object of meditation changes and he will come back to you. Don't worry. So here, then he tells his disciples go and chant these beautiful verses, two verses. The first verse is about Krishna's causeless mercy. And this is about Putana in Krishna's pastime. When Krishna appeared, he performed many, many pastimes. Kamsa used to send many, many demons. Krishna nicely took care of them. Right? One of the pastime is Putana pastime. So one demoness, Putana, she poisoned her breast and she went and she took Krishna and she tried to feed Krishna. Krishna not just sucked the milk, Krishna also sucked the life force from her, Putana. She died. But Krishna, out of causeless mercy, considered as his own mother. Hmm? She was showing motherly love. Krishna thought Putana is showing motherly love to me. Hmm? Then Krishna gave spiritual world. Highest benediction. He gave. He's liberated. The demoness is liberated just because of knowingly, unknowingly, she was in motherly love towards Krishna. That is a causeless mercy of Krishna. So there, Krishna's mercy was spoken. Okay, and later, other verse, the disciple says about Krishna's beauty. The Krishna's beauty they describe in a nice Vrindavan, in a monsoon weather. Birds are chirping, the cool air is breezing, and there is a light moist in the atmosphere, and in that scene Lord Krishna walking without chappal is walking into this Vrindavana. Okay, and it is barhi pidam natavarvapuho. It's a beautiful verse. So it describes that Krishna is wearing a yellow garment. He's holding a flute. He has his peacock feather on his head. It's a beautiful moon-like face, and he's wearing Vaijanti Mala like garland, and is walking into this Vrindavan. Okay, that verse they spoke. Okay, so his object of meditation was meditating on Brahman, like his object of meditation changed from that to Krishna. He was meditating on the beautiful form of Krishna. He was deeply absorbed in Krishna, and Krishna just disappeared from his mind, and he opened his eyes. So you can see this exactly this picture. He opened his eyes, and all the disciples were looking at him. And at that time, he inquires, "Who is this person? I want to know more about this person." And then all these disciples says, "Okay, that is a plan of your father. Let's go." So then Vedavyasa teaches entire Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is the advanced study of Bhagavad Gita. After Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam should be learned. Right? Krishna talks about theory. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks theory. Bhagavatam, all practical. Many examples. Many examples. Manmana bhav mad bhakto madhyajimam namaskaro. Krishna, can you give me an example? Okay, there is an example. Prahlada, Ambarisha Maharaj. Likewise, many examples in Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? So Bhagavatam is a wonderful literature, many examples which elaborates, gives with examples of the theory knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, right? It is considered natural commentary of Brahma Sutras, if you know Brahma Sutras. Natural commentary of Brahma Sutras. Okay, so that's the story of Shukadeva Goswami. So I'll ask someone to read this.
Process and destination of impersonal Brahman worshippers. Etva aksharam anirdeshyam avyaktam paryupasate sarvatra gam achintyam cha kutastam achalam dhruvam san sanniyam endriya gramam sarvatra sama buddhayah te prapnuvanti mam eva sarvabhuta hite rataha क्लेशो अधिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखं देहवाद्भिर् देहवाद्भिर् अवाप्यते. But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, the all-pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed, and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such persons engaged in the welfare of all at last achieve me. For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied.
Thank you, bro. So first of us, Arjuna asked the question, which is the faster way? Tell me a process of meditation that which is easier, simpler, easier and faster way to attain you. Right? So Krishna said in second verse that me alone. You fix your mind on me, my personal form, then it is easy. The 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 progress in the path of spirituality is faster. You can easily attend me. It's simpler, easy to practice. Right? And here Krishna is giving a negative statement, right? I mean statement in the sense converse other way. Right? If you meditate on me, my personal form, it is easy. If you don't meditate on me, if you take other practices, it is hard. Okay, so one would meditate on his own atma, that is, take one thing, his own atma, right? So that's what Krishna is saying. That is beyond the perception of senses. Can you see our atma with my eyes? Can I see my atma with my eyes, with my ears? Can I smell my atma? Can I taste my atma? No, none of these senses are uh, have the ability to see the atma. There's no possible, right? With my senses, can I see the impersonal aspect of the God, like impersonal form of the Lord, like God is light? We say like God is light. Can I see that with my eyes? Can I hear that through my ears? This is hard, but some people take it, practice it. There is nothing wrong in that. Krishna is saying they will also eventually attain me. They will also eventually attain me. It's like if the end goal is to attain you, Krishna, then why should I go to other process, right? If to go to India from St. Louis, I can take a flight. Why do I have to walk? Right? Why do I have to go through all the troublesome process of meditating on my own Atma and attaining self-realization, God realization, Paramatma realization? Easily I can worship Krishna and easily I can develop love towards Krishna and attain Krishna, right? All the process of meditating on Atma or Paramatma, all the processes eventually lead to Bhakti only, eventually lead to Krishna only, right? Why not we take the direct path? Krishna is saying you can take the direct path. The other paths are difficult. You can take it. It's so troublesome, but eventually you'll attain the same destination is same. The path may be different. Destination is same. That's what Krishna is saying here. And Krishna uses a nice word, Dehavadbhir. The person who is embodied. Who is who is that embodied living being? Atma, right? We are Atma living in this body. We have senses. Through senses we function, right? So for us to restrict, control the senses and hmm, advancement in this path is kleshodikataram, right? So it is hard. It is difficult. That's what Krishna is saying here. It is difficult for the people who are embodied. Hmm. Throughout our day we use senses, right? Throughout our day from morning to evening, we use our senses, we utilize our senses, sense of vision to look at the things, sense of hearing to hear the things. Throughout the day we use the senses. Controlling senses, restraining senses, it is hard with our own strength. It is hard with our own strength. Again and again Krishna is saying that if we don't have to do that. If you want to have a adventure ride, roller coaster ride, you can do that. But if you want a simple easy way, you dovetail your senses, you get lost in me. You chant my holy name, you listen my pastimes, you will get lost in me. It's so easy to control the mind and senses, right? So we'll talk a little bit, I'll finish in a few minutes, about fixing the mind, right? There are different practices of meditation we see in this world, right? Meditation is a buzzword. Everybody likes it. Even the people do not have any conception about God or not. Everybody see a benefit in doing meditation. Hmm? Because when the meditation process is actually, there is a term in Krishna also said in sixth chapter, right? It's called dhyana. if you translate the meditation, actually the process is dhyana. Dhyana means meditation. Dhyana means like concentrating on one thing for a long time. Dhyana means concentrating on one thing for a longer time. It could be uh, 10 seconds or one 1 minute or 5 minutes, concentrating on one thing for a longer time, right? If you can concentrate on one thing for a longer time for hours, it's called samadhi. Dharana, dhyana, samadhi. There are different stages of meditation, right? So in this world in general, we see we also fix our mind. We do dhyana on material things. Agree, right? We get up in the morning. uh, um, we think about uh, many things in our life, right? We meditate on our children. We meditate on our we meditate on the food, what food to cook, what food to eat. There's nothing wrong in doing that, but that's how our mind is, right? So we our mind is running towards many things, many material things, right? So there's also meditation. So one should not think like meditation means like uh, sitting in a room in a poster, closing eyes and doing nothing. Many people think like that is dhyana, but even engaging in all our activities is also dhyana. Where is our mind at? What is it? What is that we are thinking throughout the day? That is what we are meditating. Some people meditate on politicians. Throughout the day, they meditate on politicians. Some people meditate on movie celebrities. Of course, there is nothing wrong. It's individual choice. I'm saying this. That's what our mind is, right? Some people meditate on movie celebrities. They always want to hear about their gossips, their latest movies, right? And some people meditate on hmm, their own personal things and many things, right? Dhyayato Vishayan Punsa Sangas Teshopajayate. Krishna says in second chapter, when we fix our mind on material things, we develop attachment towards it. Not even material things, anything. Huh? If I if I'm meditating on a movie celebrity, always thinking about him, hearing about him, looking about him, I develop attachment towards the person. Dhyayato Vishan Punsa Sangas Teshopajayate. Right? I'll develop attachment towards it. It's a very natural thing. Okay. And because of that, we'll never will develop desires, we'll never come out of this repeated cycle of birth and death. So other options. This is a path of spirituality where a person tries to meditate on his own atma, right? Or he meditates on his own Paramatma. These are the practices of Dhyana Yoga Krishna spoke, right, in sixth chapter, the second point and the third point. These are difficult processes. It's not an easy process. It's not an easy process. One has to have good control of mind and senses. One has to be physically fit, mentally fit, control the mind, senses, and fix the mind, dhyana on Atma for longer time. Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, sixth chapter, that if you cannot fix your mind on me, you cannot do any of these things. In neither none of the meditative processes will help you to attain good peace of mind. If you fix your mind on me, then everything becomes easy. In sixth chapter, Krishna says. So fixing the mind on material things, fixing the mind on Atma, or fixing the mind on impersonal Lord or Paramatma. The Paramatma is other aspect of the Lord who resides in the heart of living beings. In the past, not in 2024, in the previous ages, people used to practice a meditation to meditate on the Paramatma in their heart. Example, Dhruva Maharaj. We all know Dhruva, the small boy. Narada Muni told him to meditate on the Paramatma. Then he was able to see the Supreme Lord in his heart. Okay, so those kind of practices we cannot do. Those are hard, right? For us, we need a simple and easy practice. That is fixing the mind on the form of the Lord. If you're cooking a nice food, if you have a habit of cooking food, of course, we can cook the food for the pleasure of the Lord. Take the food, offer the food to the Lord, and look at the beauty of the Lord. If you have a deity in the temple, if you have a deity in our home or in the temple room, right? So I could engage my sense of eyes, I could engage my sense of hearing, I could engage my sense of uh, uh, speech and everything. So I'll take 1 more minute. I'll end this. Is a beautiful shloka. We'll elaborate little more, but I'll end this shloka with this. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a wonderful king. His name is Ambarish Maharaj. So Savai Manha Krishna Padhara Vindayo. So how he engaged his mind, how he doubted his life in the practice of bhakti yoga, how he attained perfection, right, is beautifully described. So his mind he used to fix at the lotus feet of the Lord. His speech, the tongue, speech, we speak many many things in this world. He used to speak in glory to glorify the Supreme Lord. His hands, we use his hands to do many things, right? His hands he used to engage in cleaning the temple of the Lord and cooking some nice food for the Lord. His ears, his ears, we use his ears to hear many many things, political subject matters, sports subject, many many things. But here Ambarish Maharaj is the one who used to hear the pastimes of the Lord, right? And eyes to see the beautiful form of the Lord. Legs, what is the use of these legs which doesn't help in going to the temple of the Lord, right? All the faculties, the physical faculty or mental faculty must be utilized in the service of the Lord to get connected to the Lord. These are all practices in Bhakti Yoga, right? These are the examples we see in Bhagavatam. It legs to go to the temple of the Lord, nose to smell the transcendental smell of the flowers of the Lord, right? And the tongue, we use this tongue, so-called tongue, to taste many many things in this world, many many delicacies we have tasted, we are yet to taste, we hanker to taste. Have you ever tasted the holy name of the Lord? Have you ever tasted the holy name of the Lord? Have you ever tasted the prasadam which is offered to the Lord, the food which is released by the Lord, that is prasadam? Have you ever tasted? There is those are the things you should hanker for. So we'll elaborate more as we go. We'll see in upcoming verses also. But this is a beautiful thing I wanted to share. Okay, I'll end the session now. So today we spoke about we started 12th chapter. Arjuna asked a question about object of worship, impersonal worship or personal worship, and Krishna said personal worship is easy. Meditating on the form of the Lord, easy, simple practices, and meditating on impersonal form or Atma is difficult because we are an embodied being. Yeah, that is the essence. There's a take-home message. Two, the practice of Bhakti Yoga involves engaging all our senses and dovetailing towards Krishna. Okay.